And we are live. What up, players? Welcome to episode 96 of Player Life. It is Thursday, the 8th of April here in Tokyo, Japan. What is good? What is good? I had a good day indeed here in Tokyo. Yeah, not too busy, just usual player life. Had two chicks today, two nice ladies. One I met from what was it, Bumble, even though I'm not using Bumble anymore, and one I met from Day Game. So I had my fill of fun today. Good times indeed. Um, earlier on, I was actually tuning in. I tuned into Fresh and Fit podcast, and as usual, good content. But oh my god, it was interesting watching. I like the segment when I like this segment when the girls rate themselves. Although it's kind of cringe because it's so there's so much faking. I mean, it's kind of cringing, but you learn a lot about female nature, the way they're just playing politics, uh, how to fight. Finally watching live for the first time. Welcome, you are welcome indeed. um, Good to have you. Yeah, so as I was saying, there's a segment where they get the girls to rate themselves, and at first I thought, oh, it's kind of pointless because they're just gonna fake it, and it's not really useful. But they're just gonna all say they're tens. They're gonna rate each other as tens, and it's not. They're not. What's the point? They're just gonna do that just to be nice to each other. But it is interesting because of how you just get to see how just how awkward it is between them. You can see how much they're faking it when they're rating each other. But what's actually really surprising is I don't know if it's surprising, but uh, it's a real red pill when they rate themselves. It's like, oh my god, these girls, their egos really have been blown out of the water, or they've just been so inflated uh, when these chicks are rating themselves. It's interesting. Like, girls saying that they're tens, and it's crazy. It's like, damn, these girls really do think they're hot shit. And Gabriel E in the house. What is up? What is good? Um, yeah, I might actually play a bit of it just to actually just to show you like how women these days, their egos really have been like blown up. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen some hotties on the podcast. There's definitely been some hotties, but the common theme amongst these chicks is how highly they view them. They view themselves. They really they really think they're hotter than they actually are. Like, they think they're way, like, we're talking. There's been fives that are calling, like, literally, there's girls that are fives that are calling themselves tens, and it's like, and the crazy thing is that they actually believe it. Um, they're believing it. It's wild. But let me just share the screen. Share screen. Yeah, I just want to share this because it's just interesting.
At this point.
Wednesday. Wednesday. Oh my God. Wednesday at this point. Let her defend herself.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
Wednesday.
The 1 to 10, off of what you think you are, and then rate the girl next to you. Oh shit.
You can start. No, Faith can start. Matter of fact.
You got Esmeralda. You got to talk, guys. Okay, put all the mics close to you. Yeah. You guys got to talk into the mic so we don't hear the echo.
But think grandma's. Sorry, not anything personal, but like Faith always goes last, so let's have Faith go first.
No, Faith go first.
You know what? Let Faith go first.
Yeah,
go first, Faith.
I'm a 10, but that's just how I feel about myself.
Okay, So she thinks that she's a 10. It's hard to tell. I mean, her sitting down. See Joel's in the house. What is good? What is up? She's sitting down, but I don't know if it's hard to see, but she's definitely not a 10. There's no doubt about that. But they actually put up their you know, let's just see what she has to say a little bit more. But
okay,
It's facts.
All
You
right.
know? Oh, thank you.
now rate the girl next to you.
okay, before I'm gonna show you her. They actually have her Instagram. So this chick views herself as a 10. So I'm just gonna share her Instagram because they shared their Instagrams on the podcast. So let me get that up. Okay, so this is her Instagram. This girl rated herself as a 10. Let me see a photo. Let me see. Okay. Let me get this photo up. Listen, her body's, she's pretty ratchet. I mean, it's hard. Like she's definitely not a 10. Like, I mean, there she is done up to the nines. Like, pretty much like she's dressed pretty much as sexy as you can be, and she put a lot of work. You can tell she put a lot of work into looking hot or trying to look hot. I can like she's clearly not a 10. It's obviously subjective. Like looks are, guys will disagree on what a good. But I think there's no guy in the world that is going to go and say that this woman is a 10. Some guys might say she's a. Some guys might say she's a 6. Some might say, she's not my type at all. But if I was to rate her, like realistically, I'd say she's like a. First of all, she's not my type, but I don't know. I'd give her a 6. Like, I mean, if I'm just like being objective, but for me, she's probably like personally, she's like a 5. Like, but if I'm talking about overall, and then you got to take into account that she's like really, she's really trying hard to look hot. So 5 or 6 to be honest, and she's saying she's a 10. So it just goes to show the delusion. I just that's why I want to share the content. Let's continue watching some more of the girls rating each other and themselves. Okay. All right.
Be honest.
Be honest.
Be honest.
Really honest. Faith, can you go closer to Wendy?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, you might as well take that. Yeah. She's good.
I give Wendy a 10, honestly.
That's it.
No, you're so
Listen,
cute.
like
Stop it.
she has clear skin, she has a pretty face, she has perfect teeth, full eyebrows, full hair, like even in the back of her head, you don't see any gaps. She has no stomach, she has titties, she has butt, and everything is sitting properly. So, she looks good.
Okay.
Like, that's not even me being nice, but like, she looks good. I can't clock her.
That's why she's my wifey.
So much.
Okay. She didn't play shooter and shot, bro. Okay. So your turn.
I get to rate her.
No, rate yourself, and then you can rate as.
Okay, so that's obviously, women playing politics. They're just gonna rate each other as 10s. Just to to not upset each other. That's understand. I get it. I get it. It's kind of like they don't want to create awkward vibes, but like let's just see how. Let me see how she rates herself.
Rhoda.
I
was slick with it. Good.
That was good. I saw that. So I rate myself maybe, I don't know, 7, 8.
And why?
Okay. Because I could always do better, you know? I could always improve myself in some point to become a 10, but definitely like I'm very full of myself. I think I'm pretty, but there's so much to improve always. Now, moving on.
Wait, so you gave yourself a...
So I mean, she is, I guess, she starts off being kind of, 7. I mean, it's hard to tell. I don't know what it's, I guess, from the face, from looking here, she's actually kind of reasonable, I guess. I gotta be honest. Like, she could be a 7. She's definitely not a 10. It's hard. I wanna try and find her Instagram, just to see if there's any better. I think they have them up on right here. So let me check. This might be her. I'm not even sure if it is her, but I want to see what she actually looks like. No results found. I don't know. I can't find it. But yeah, she's kind of reasonable. I'll give her credit for that.
A 10, but there's something to improve.
No, I gave myself a 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 7, 8. 7, 8. You know what? 8.
And then she goes up to 8. I'd need to see more photos of her, but I would say she's a 7. But I guess things can change if you see a full body shot. Girls can score extra points if they have an insanely hot body. But face wise, yeah, probably a 7.
But enough talking about me because I get a little shy with those things.
Okay.
I'm gonna rate Esmeralda because the story of how we met was very funny.
How'd you guys meet?
I actually, so about 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago.
About a week ago.
About a week ago, yes, or whatever, too. I was on a yacht, and I never go out on boats anymore, but whatever. I decided to go out. And she was like one of the girls that was on the boat. She was all by herself, just, hanging out. We both had like a very like cute little scarf on her head. And we started talking, whatever. And I told her like, you're gorgeous. Like, you're so pretty, whatever. We started talking because of that. So I got to give her a 10 because I thought she was beautiful. And I still do. Like,
you guys smashed that night? The people wanted to do that smash?
We didn't smash, but I would. Like, she's so fucking gorgeous. Like, she really is beautiful.
I would say she's probably the hottest one on it. I don't know. Let me see if I can get her Instagram up. Let's see what she has to say first.
And that's why I'm on this podcast, because of her. So I have to say, I have to give her a 10. Like, thank you. Real shit. You're gorgeous.
She's definitely not a 10, but
from head to toe, you're just beautiful.
Okay.
Personality too. She's
enough.
amazing.
Thank you. I mean, I would give myself, I would say a 9. I want to leave that 1 point out just because there is room for improvement at any.
Like 9 is like, it's high up there. Like to be a 9 or a 10, you have to be like insanely hot. Like, that's like cream of the crop. Like just the fact that this chick on the far left says she's a 10 is insanely delusional. Like, it's really hardcore delusional. She was reasonable. I wasn't able to pull up her Instagram, so I can't get a look at the full body. I don't know. She could be, she's a 6 or 7. She could be a 7. She's not an 8, 9, or 10. That's for sure. This chick a 9. I don't think so. I don't know. Let me pull up. Let me see what she's
moment, so I don't want to qualify myself as a 10 because that's just not realistic. And no offense. I mean, if you value yourself like that, then that's what it is. And I respect that.
There's no offense. I agree. I agree with that.
But definitely
like being a 10 is like, there's literally, I guess it gets subjective it can become subjective between 8s, 9s, and 10s. Between different guys will have different opinions. I mean, I'll have different opinions with my friends about, I'll see a girl that I'll think is a 10, and someone else might think she's an 8 or a 9, but they're in and around that group. But
there's always room for improvement, and I'm not like the prettiest girl, but
the thing about women is it's like, men are made, women just are. The reality is, like, some of the hottest girls I've been with, like, have never set foot inside a gym. Like, they don't, like, I'm dead ass. Like, I mean, so the reality is with women is, like, there really isn't actually that much, like, in terms of fashion, in terms of makeup, in terms of maybe having a good diet, those kinds of improvements. But like, I really believe that. Like, I believe, men are made. Like, men really are made. You can see insane transformations in men. Like, from going from, like, an 18-year-old man, an 18 you can barely call an 18-year-old, like, an 18-year-old man is almost like a kid. It's like, that's really young for a male. Uh, so you can see an absolutely insane transformation from, an 18-year-old boy, let's call it, to 30, say. You can become, like, you can be an absolute dweeb, in your philosophy about life and physically, and then, when you can just become an absolute, like, killer Chad by the time you're 30. You can make an absolute insane transformation. But for women, it's really not the case. Like, you don't get better. Women don't get better with age. Like, I don't care. They don't. Like, there's no making yourself better. It's like they're given, like, when women are 18, they're given like $5 million in the sexual marketplace. They're just given, like, riches, like, but we start with nothing, like, unless you're, like, really, really, in the top tier percentage. There's just not much value in young men. So she's saying there's room for improvement, but realistically, as women age, like, you don't get better, you get worse. But for men, it's the opposite. You should be getting better. Let me check out her Instagram. I think I found it. Let me pull it up. Okay. All right. So this is the chick. This is the chick that is rating herself a 9. She is 23. So she's like 2 years past her peak, probably. Like, it sounds harsh, but I'm being dead ass serious. Like, women are literally at their physical, like, beauty, like, their sexual market peak when they're 21. I do not. I'm sometimes even younger, like, sometimes even 20 or 19. Like, I'm dead ass. I'm not gonna apologize for that. I'm dead serious. So she's kind of thick. I mean, she's not bad, but, like, just those arms alone, like, they're kind of thick arms. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't smash, but I'm just saying she's not a 9. Like, she, can be subjective, but she has a curvy, thick body. It's not bad, but I don't know. It just doesn't have that, 9. Like I said, 8s, 9s, and 10s. That's some high level shit. There's literally millions and millions of women around the world that look like this. It's not like, it doesn't get into that tier. When you're talking about, like, 8s, 9s, and 10s, you're talking seriously hot. Like, you're talking some, like, serious perfection. You're talking about some seriously, like, juiciness, like, perfect curves, beautiful face, just perfect proportions. This chick is not a 9. I'm sorry. I'm not saying she's, like, terribly bad, but, like, in here, to be honest, she looks like a 7. Crazy, she looks pretty good here. Curvy as fuck. But still, I mean, like I said, there's millions of women that have, that are like this. For me, it's a little bit, the arms are a little bit thick. It's not really, I just wouldn't say she's a 9, like, by a long shot. I mean, there are some, she's has some nice curves, but they're almost a little bit, a little bit too big, a little bit too muscular or something. But anyway, just the reason I'm showing this is just to show the kind of how highly women view themselves. Yeah, so let me get back to the video. All right.
But I'm not ugly. So I appreciate you're
it.
beautiful, baby. You are gorgeous.
Okay.
Facts. I would rate my baby right here. I would say a 9 myself because I don't want to have it unbalanced, like where it's like I don't rate myself a 10, so I'm not gonna rate you a 10. I'm not gonna be fake like that. But you're definitely wait beautiful. A second. But I rated you a 10 and I rated myself an 8. I'm not being fake. I just think like
so. This is politics. She wasn't even able to, like, you know, she was kind of trying to be like, she's calling this girl like a 10. Sorry, a 9. That's like outrageous. Like, that is outrageous. This chick is not even close to being a 9. Like, not even close. You know what I mean? She just couldn't be that bold to say that she was a 10. I'm sure she wanted it just to play politics and be nice and not create any bad vibes, but she couldn't even do that. You know, but you know, she's calling her a 9 with a straight face, and she's just not. Like, I'm sorry, she's just not.
No, that's not. I mean, I just want it to be like. I guess not by standards. It's like, genuine. You know, it's just what it is. Like you're older than me.
Yeah, this chick. I mean, she's curvy, but she's far too masculine to be like. She rated herself a 9. She's not. Like, she's too masculine. She's too, like, she's not very feminine. I mean, she's curvy, kind of sexy, but nowhere near. She's not a 9.
Right.
And this chick is certainly not a 9.
You look good, baby. You look good. Like, at your age.
So this is what women do. Like, they build themselves up, and like they pretty much fill each other with kind of shit and lies, just to make each other feel good. And they both like kind of, I guess, lick each other's asses, just trying to be, you know, just filling each other up with shit. Like, if one of my friends came around and started saying I'm a 10, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. I'm not a 10. And I'd be like dead ass serious. I'd be like, shut up. Like, I'm definitely not a 10. I'd be kind of annoyed by it. I'd be just like, you know, I don't want you just to be, I'd prefer to, you know, just hear the truth. I don't want to hear lies, just to make myself feel good.
I want to look like that shit. Give me all them powers. You know what I'm saying?
But as well, women prefer to, in general, women prefer the blue pill comforting lies rather than the cold harsh truth.
Like, you're beautiful for your eyes. Look at her. Y'all need to follow this girl. Come on. Yeah. She's
and I have a 10-year-old daughter.
Pretty. And you have a 10-year-old daughter?
I love this. I love this so much. This is so awesome.
Women empowerment is absolutely everything. Oh no.
Women empowerment, basically women just lying to each other, like you know, bold-faced lies. So it's interesting because these women rate themselves very highly, and you know, it's just wild, actually.
Oh, number three. Yo, who the?
Just spell it again.
You know what it is? I'm so sorry. Like
now you're like a 6.
Wait, you guys spilled again?
Yeah.
All right. Well, who spilled it?
Me.
You? All right. Well, get up. Go get the paper towels over there and wash it. And
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for this girl to let me.
Who's next?
Okay, you're next. Yourself, and then.
So as well, I would rate myself maybe an 8, 9 as well.
Okay.
8 or 9. This is the most maybe. Yeah. No. She's the one on the far left here is more outrageous, but an 8 or 9 is like very outrageous. Like, you know, we're talking 1 to 10. I mean, they're just jumping themselves up like way too high.
Just the fact that, you know, you always have things that you need to progress in, and yeah, I'm pretty and whatnot, but
yeah, I'm pretty and whatnot. Like, I mean, she's honestly, I'm sorry, I don't care. Like, she's literally, she's a 5. Like, she's a solid 5. Real kind of thick body, and she's not feminine. Like, you know, thick neck, and you know, she's just basic, like bog standard. I just gotta be real. Like, she's bog ass standard. Like, real, like, you know, just And the main reason I'm showing this is because today I want to talk about like online dating, and like this is a real good example of like why it's like it's hard to do online dating, and not only online, all kinds of dating is hard because women's egos have been like insanely inflated. Like, and this is just like these are your women, your average women, and they have these ideas about this is your average kind of women, that this is how highly they think of themselves.
I can definitely progress in a lot of stuff.
Cool. And make sure you guys wet it as well.
And unfortunately, not really, because as you get older, your value declines as a woman. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like I'm not even going to apologize for it anymore. It just is what it is. It's nature. Women do not increase in value as they get aged. They decrease. Yeah, in the sexual market value, in the sexual marketplace. Yeah, whatever about your career. Yeah, you can. I'm not saying women can't, increase their value in their career or whatever, but that's not related to the sexual marketplace. We're talking about the sexual marketplace, like how valuable they are in terms of being attractive to men. And no, there's unfortunately, as you get older, women do not. Their value does not increase. Like it just doesn't. It declines. It declines, and it declines rapidly.
Also, it doesn't be sticky and everything like that.
I got you.
Yeah.
Just break the stickiness after.
What was that?
Your stickiness after.
Yeah. So wet it like twice, and then dry it, and then one more time wet.
I know how to wet it and dry it. And what do you do?
Yeah, no.
To rate you though.
No, just rate you.
I'll do both of you.
There you go. You can rate everybody. Okay, there you can rate everybody. Sure.
First of all, thank you so much. That was so kind. And think you're so
Okay.
gorgeous.
You gotta like talk.
I think you're so gorgeous. I think you're so hot, and you're beautiful, and you're 10. Oh my God, I love you. No, yeah, it's just politics. They're just trying to, like I said, they're just trying to be, lick each other's asses, and it's kind of understandable. But what's not understandable is how highly inflated their egos are in rating themselves.
There's a microphone there.
She has these beautiful, gorgeous eyes that look so honest, so kind. And I'll tell you something. There's a difference between kindness and niceness. And this girl has kind eyes. You know what? Something I'm so grateful to meet everybody here today. I even some people might think that you guys might be sexist or cringy or whatever.
Although she's annoying, this one actually might be the. I don't know. There's no 10s on this panel, but she could be. Maybe she's a 7. I don't know. Maybe she. Yeah, whatever.
It's sexist.
Some people might think that you're just not or whatever, but I met you guys personally, and you're cool. You're cool. We're all nerds. I'm kind of. I appreciate you what you're doing here, actually, because at the end of the day, you're bringing real vital information to people to help them heal and grow better. You're doing something. And like, I just want to clear.
I'm trying to.
Beautiful, regardless of how we look.
No, I did not press that button.
Well, I'm gonna just say this, right?
Maybe did not.
Lost 2. She lost 2? Is it 2? Men don't give a shit. Like we don't get.
Basically, I don't know. I'm not sure what she rated herself. They're just talking too much shit. But let me see if I can find her Instagram. Let me check it. Okay. All right. I found one of them. Let me share it. Okay, I'm not sure which one this is. I think this is the one on the far right. I think as far as I remember, I think she rated herself a 10 as well. So let's just yeah. So this girl is the one that was just talking, and I was waiting for her to get to rate herself, but as far as I remember, she rated herself a 10. Let me see. Where's the photo where she's looking her very hottest, just to be fair. Let's see. Well, she's definitely not a 10. Like, I mean, there's like this girl rated herself a 10, and she's probably I don't know. She's probably she's like a 6. I mean, she's a 6. Some people might say she's a 7, but um, let's just be real about it. 6 or a 7. She's not my type. She's clearly a bit ratchet. So let's just recap on the girls of how they rated themselves. Okay, so the girl on the far left here, she rated herself a 10. It's an outrageous claim. It's outrageous. This girl was the realist. The second girl was the realist. She rated herself a 7. Then she was like, oh, I'm an 8, maybe an 8. No, yeah, okay. So when they start encouraging her and stuff, oh, maybe I'm an 8, and yeah, but I'll give her credit. She was kind of realistic, although I wasn't able to pull up her Instagram. I wasn't able to see the body. This girl rated herself a 9. I looked at her Instagram. You guys saw her Instagram. Not even. It's definitely not. I mean, she has some nice points. She has some nice curves, but her attitude is very masculine and very kind of loud, and she has like thick arms, and she's kind of muscular. Not my type. I would give her like a 6 or a 7. She's not my type as well. Some guys might rate her higher, but definitely inflated. This girl was outrageous. She rated herself a 9. She's a solid 5. I mean, I'm gonna be real. She's a solid 5. This girl rated herself a 10, although I can't really, I don't want to listen to her talk, and she didn't get to it, but I remember she did rate herself as a 10, and she's not a 10. Like, you just saw her Instagram. She's not a 10. She's a 6 or a 7. And this is what you're dealing with, guys. Like, this is the kind of like inflated egos that you're dealing with when you're going to be dealing with women. And why? Because the marketplace has allowed these women to have their egos inflated in this way because of I guess just the demand. Just the women have gotten access to top tier men on like dating apps, and this is creating an extreme imbalance in the dating world. Let me check some of the comments. See, Joel says she got some kind of masculine energy about her. I guess you're probably talking about the girl in the middle, the thick girl. Yeah, she had some pretty masculine. She's very loud. Gabrielle says, "Them White Claws talking." Yeah, I guess when chicks get drunk, it can. I mean, I guess it might open them up, but it definitely makes them more obnoxious and annoying. Let's see. See, Joel says, "I love how when they rate themselves a 9, they feel they have to explain why they didn't give themselves a 10. You can always improve. That's why I'm a 9." Yeah, and it's funny because, like I said, women don't improve with age. It's just like, men are made, women just are. I mean, the stuff that women can improve on is very like kind of basic. Like, it's very easy. Men have to work extremely hard to improve themselves. But with women, it's like, it's pretty, like I said, like some of the hottest girls I've ever been with, like, have never, been inside a gym. It's just they're naturally feminine, and I don't particularly like athletic women. I just like soft, curvy, feminine, slender, feminine with nice curves in the right places. I don't like athletic. That's why I like girls that do yoga, because it doesn't really create like muscle. It just makes them nice and toned and flexible, and it's just, I like girls that do yoga a lot. I think it's a good sport for women. I just think it's I don't like, because when you do sport, when you enter the gym and all that, it's like, for women, it's just not very, it's not very feminine. I mean, it'll make their, I don't know, it's gonna, if they're lifting weights, it's gonna make their veins pop. It's gonna create muscles. You don't really want, personally, I don't want muscles on women. I'm not into it. Vishal says, "I thought Eva Green was an 8. Are these girls over her in the SMV value?" I mean, I'm not hating, but these are straight up narcissistic women, 100%. I mean, they're insanely inflated egos. I mean, the most outrageous was, I'd say the most outrageous ones were the girl on the far left and the blonde girl, where the girl on the far left says she's a 10. Like, outrageous claim, like outrageous. Like she's a 7 when she was dolled up to the max on her Instagram, and the blonde girl, was like saying she's a 9, like a 9 when she's literally a 5. Like she's definitely not like anything above, you know. Imagine her when she's not even trying to, no makeup, or not even trying to. She's obviously coming on the podcast trying to look hot. Imagine what she looks like when she just wakes up in the morning. Like, could be even a 4. It's like harsh reality. These girls need a reality check, big time. In saying that, let's just talk a little bit about online dating, the pros and cons of online dating. Let me see, where's it at? Yeah, just before I do that, I want to show you, like, just remind you of what, like, what extreme, like, feminine beauty looks like. Let me just share you, like, because to give you guys let me see. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is these girls were calling themselves 9s and 10s. Look at this, like, this is like let's just put things in perspective. Like, this for me is like a Japanese, like, maybe she could be I would say 8, 9, or 10. It depends on who you talk to, but just compare that kind of femininity to the look at these. This is like extremely feminine, like genuine, like beauty, like so feminine compared to those girls that were on the podcast. And just like, it's just such a stark like thing. Like, where do they get the confidence like, it's just from all the dicking down they're getting on dating apps, and they think that they're hot shit, like, and it's wild. Like, like, this girl is like, would blow all those girls out of the water. I just wanted to show you that, just to remind, like, put it like a stark contrast between those girls and like actual genuine feminine beauty. It's wild, man. I mean, wild times. Let me share something. Where is it? Okay, online dating. So yeah, let's just see some. Let's just find this website, and I want to see if I agree or not with the pros and cons. So, online dating, you heard these before. Online dating doesn't work. Well, it does work, but you got to do it right. Or there are only average girls on Tinder. People go around saying, "Oh, there's no nice girls." Like, the best girls don't use dating apps. There's plenty of 10s on dating apps, but you're just not getting with them. And I'm not saying they're easy to get with, but I'm just saying, for the guys that are saying that good quality women aren't on Tinder and like aren't on dating apps, you're talking shit. Like, you're talking absolute crap. Like, there's tons of hot girls on Tinder, but you're just not matching with them. Like, and it's hard to match with them because these girls are literally going for the very top percentage. Like, I mean, I use Tinder here. I don't. I've deleted all my dating apps because that's what I'm doing, because I'm going in hard on day game, and I'm just like, I don't want to, I've always said it. Like, anytime I use dating apps, I don't get my money's worth. I'm aware of that. I get like, I'd say in the past, in the past year, I'd say the best, I'm full transparency. Like I'd say the best I've gotten from a dating app is 8. I'd say an 8, and that's like an 8. I've like in the past year, I've not gotten with a 10 on a dating app. But in from day game, I would say I've gotten some 9s. I don't even know if 10s. It's subjective, but I've gotten with some seriously hot girls from day game. But with online, it's a tough gig. I've had some hotties, some like 20-year-olds, and it's like if there's a 7, a Japanese 7 that's 20, it's like to be honest, like it's as good as you got. It'll do, but let me see. Let me go back. Yeah, so if you read around here, you'll know I can't effing stand generalizations. I don't know where the folks who say the above are swiping in, but I see plenty of attractive women on dating apps. Well, there is plenty of attractive women on dating apps, and because I didn't work for them, it doesn't mean it doesn't work for anyone. So let's get down to the advantages of online dating. Pros: time effective. You can swipe while commuting, while waiting for your food, or even on the toilet, where many women do it. Since it's low effort and looking at profiles can even be fun. You can swipe as a way of chilling at the end of a long day. The thing is, you might think it's time effective, but I might be talking about cons now, but actually, you can waste a lot of time swiping. Dipping in and out of your dating apps. You might think it's easy work, but it is easy to swipe. But you can spend a lot of hours staring at your screen using dating apps. And you'd be surprised about how long you actually, if you check up on your phone, how much time you're spending on these dating apps, you might get a bit of a shock. So easy to schedule hookups if you're top 20%. Many women do online dating to find boyfriends, but a good chunk do it for sex as well. So if you're high enough SMV and are in a risk-taking sexual marketplace, it's easy to schedule hookups. So yeah, I don't think anyone here there's just too much evidence to suggest otherwise. You have to be if you're not like in the top 20, it's going to be a struggle if you're not in the top 20%. But you got to work. As I said, men are made. Women just are. Women can go on a dating app and they're going to get hundreds, thousands, possibly thousands of matches. A guy, if he doesn't make himself into top tier guy, basically when you have a dating app, it has to be like an advertisement. It has to be like, it almost has to be like it's like a brochure, like an artistic brochure. Like the photos have to be on point, especially if you're not like, you don't have the chiseled jaw, if you don't have the model looks. If you're not born with those model looks, you have to make up for it by making yourself like Chad the fuck out in the gym. You have to be wearing like on point fashion. Your photos have to be sweet. You have to tick some boxes off. If you're not in if you didn't get those like Chad genetics, but that's just the way it is. Yeah. So wide choice. If you're in a big city, you have near endless profiles to swipe from. I guess that's true. More money, more matches. Premium features and boosts gave you the chance to be seen by more women. So yeah, back in the day, I guess it was you just download the app. There wasn't any premium costs or stuff like that. You just, but that's another kind of roadblock, another hurdle that they've placed down. Not only do you have to chat out and do all this, but you have to purchase, or they're gonna you're gonna get less matches, or you're gonna the algorithm won't favor you as well. There's a lot to it. So low investment of time, unless you fall in the trap of pursuing profiles for hours and hours online. Online dating can be very time efficient. So yeah, like what I was saying earlier, it can be time efficient, but the thing is it can be kind of addictive. So you start, you can waste a lot of time. You think it's easy work and all I'm doing is swiping, but it's the time. You'll notice like half an hour going by like in no time by just swiping, and it can just be a real time, like just a time hole, like just wasting time. Low emotional investment. Swiping is easy for everyone to do. That can be an advantage, but also a disadvantage, as we will see. The traveler's secret weapon. You can line up dates before you even set foot in a new location. Hit the ground banging. I actually went hitchhiking in Japan, like about maybe what is it? Probably around 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it was actually dating apps actually helped me out a few times. I remember one time I was in, I think it was Hiroshima City, and I just arrived there after hitchhiking all day, um, and I had nowhere to stay, and I just got on Tinder, and I got a match, and it was crazy because it was some girl was staying in a hotel. It was just perfect because she was staying in a hotel, and the crazy thing is she like invited me directly to the hotel, and I just it was wild because she didn't even meet me like in the lobby. She literally gave me her room number, and I came right up to her room. It was wild, man. It was wild. I couldn't believe this. I knew this girl. She was a little bit crazy, but she wasn't that crazy. But it was just I couldn't believe this girl was like inviting me directly to her hotel room. Like, and I went directly. The room wasn't even locked. I knocked on the door, and like she said, "Come in." Like I like she didn't even answer the door. I could have been, man. I think she might have been a bit naive. I think she was like 20 years old, 20 years old, and yeah, she's like, I walked into her hotel room like straight from Tinder. Didn't it? I would even when I meet chicks, even when I get home deliveries from chicks, I always prefer to meet them. I don't like giving them my address. Like I don't give them my address. I'll go and meet them at the station, and walk them like back to my house. It's just because I want to like vet them. I don't want to give like random strangers my address. I advise everyone to do that. Like, even though I could, there's been times where I literally could have given girls my address and them come like directly to my apartment. But like I said, I want to at least vet them. I want to see what's up. Just see them in person, have time to just vet them for 10 minutes before I get them back to my place. But yeah, this girl went right to her hotel room, walked in. Literally, she didn't even answer the door. Wild. So yeah, I guess she liked my profile, but I had a good time with her. She was hot, like, and I got to stay in a hotel for free, so it was good times. Market penetration intelligence at the fingertip. Dating apps can be used to scout your best sexual marketplaces before deciding where to go. The quantity of matches you get, as well as match score you get on apps such as OkCupid, is a good indicator of how successful you will be in person. Meet women you wouldn't otherwise meet. Some women don't party, some work night shifts, and some rarely set foot in the street. Yeah, so example, I once had a good time with one of those girls that today would be referred to as an e-girl, in this case, almost literally. This lady made a good income broadcasting on camera and collecting gifts from her admirers, simps. But she avoided being outside to avoid the fans, so she'd never leave home. Hence, you could only meet her with online dating. Damn, I wonder where that was. I mean, you getting simps coming up. Anyway, yeah, I guess it could be true. Cons. Many in-demand women are not online. The more real life options and the more high quality men she has around, the less likely it is she will be online. There might be exceptions as for everything, but that's the general rule. I I think I don't know. I'm guessing most. I'm willing to bet almost every girl has tried online dating. Absolutely every like. You would at least try it to see, like you're gonna do it even for the validation like that they're gonna get, because it's easy validation. Like I like this. I think that's like kind of bullshit, to be honest. I think this idea that high quality girls don't do online dating. I just don't. I don't buy into it. I don't. You can't like you can't you. They've definitely tried it out. They've definitely downloaded the apps. They've definitely seen what it's about. Um, I'd say almost like the vast majority of women have tried it out. Cons, more sexually, yeah, and to add to that, like there are plenty of, at least in Japan, there are plenty of seriously hot women on dating apps. Like it's just that they're extremely hard to match with, um, uh, just because of the as I said before, just that their egos have become extremely inflated. Um, More sexually promiscuous women are overrepresented. As online dating becomes more normal, the general population will be well represented on dating apps. But as of today, some more conservative women with real life options might still be put off by it. So I'm not sure when this was written. I don't know, but every chick, everyone knows about online dating. There's not any girl that doesn't know about online dating. Um, Cons, it's a winner take all game. Well, that is for sure. Like it just is. You got to know how to play the game. Great news for the top of the pyramid guys, but not for all the rest. If you're not getting great results, don't despair, because that's how it is for the majority of men. But I do think I gotta say, I do think every man, I do think men are made. I fully think that. But I do think every man, I gotta say, like in the SMV, every man is kind of a different potential, when it comes to different different things, like whether it's day game, whether it's dating apps, whether it's night game, whether it's social circle. Guys have a different like potential. Some guys have a much more potential than other guys, and some guys can max out on their potential. I personally think, if I maxed out my potential, on dating apps, I don't think I have maxed out my potential on dating apps. But even if I did, I still don't think I would. I might get the odd 10. It would be like the one that slips through the net kind of thing on dating apps. But and that's because I have a different potential to some, like maybe a guy with just better facial features. And some guys might not like to hear that, but that's just my opinion about it. And like I said, I mean, if you're wanting to increase your notch count and sleep with as many women as possible, you should not rule out any source. You should have your online dating going on. You should be brushing up on your day game skills. You should be figuring out your night game. You should have social circle. You need to basically dip in to all of them if you want to have a really be maximizing your sourcing. But yeah, it's just it is what it is. So it's a winner take all. Yes, so I've already read that. But it's not a con. Some women are there for validation, sure. A few women are there just for the validation. But in real life, you also meet countless non-sexually available women. As a matter of fact, the percentage of available women is far higher in online dating apps. Yeah, so this is kind of a cope that men use. A lot of men use when they're not successful on dating apps. They use oh, women are just there to like get more Instagram followers. They're just there for validation. And it's like, okay, well, just because you're not matching with them, it doesn't mean Chad down the road isn't matching with them, because he is. And that's a harsh reality. I don't like, I don't like hearing the blue pill comforting bullshit. Like, these women, if they're on dating apps, there's high chance that they've tried out one night stands. Like, they almost all have. That's just, you might not like, guys sometimes don't like to hear that. It's like, oh no, they're just there to get more Instagram followers. Sure, they can kill two birds with one stone. They're able to do that. They're able to kill two birds with one stone. They're able to get more Instagram followers, and they're able to smash Chad. If you don't like that, tough shit. It's just the way it is. If you want to get, basically, you just gotta like make your profiles as good as they can be. You gotta make yourself as good as you can be, and I'm gonna still say that each guy has different potential when it comes to online dating. It just still does. There's some guys that they can max out. They're gonna max out. They're gonna chat out in the gym. They're gonna become top tier, but they're still not gonna do as well as the guy that just like took some selfies. He's like fucking looks like a model, has chiseled jaw. Like, it is what it is. But when you make your profile look pretty good, or as good as it can be, and you're not like the top tier guy, but you've put in effort to like improve yourself and make your profile like a sales, like it's basically a brochure. Like, it's like you basically put yourself forward in the best possible light. You'll do good. You might not get the top, like top tier women. You might have to settle for the the sixes and sevens, but that's kind of a harsh reality of life. You go out in the real world, you go out and bring game onto the streets. That's where you can punch up. That's where you can really punch up. Like, unless you have some like celebrity status on online or something. If you're like average or a little bit above average, and you're using these dating apps, it's gonna be hard to get the top tier women. It is. I just that's the way it is. That is, that's your online dating pros and cons. Let me see. Steve in the house, what is up? C. Joel says, are you a fan of Asian girls wearing the blue-green contacts? I prefer them with their natural eyes, to be honest. I mean, depends, really, honestly. It's like, if they can make it look good, if it looks good, sometimes it can be all right. I mean, I do, if you're talking about eyes, I despise when girls get surgery. Pretty much despise all kinds of surgery on women. I mean, even when it comes to fake breast implants, I'm just not a fan. I've been with women with implants. Honestly, it just doesn't do it for me, especially when it's noticeable that they're fake. It's like, I don't know, really big turn off. But when it comes to contacts, I mean, it doesn't. Sometimes it looks bad. I don't like too much fakery. I like makeup can be good. It can be good, but if it's done right, if it looks too fake, if there's too much, I hate it. How to Fight says, Mac, have you ever heard of the song Tulum by E. Nunny? It explains why women have a big ego. I'll have to check that out. I'll check it out. I don't think I'm not sure if I have heard it or not. Know your worth. Yo, Mac, I overslept. I catch the beginning on replay. Cool, man. Good stuff. Share it around. Appreciate it. Yeah. C. Joel says, Matt, kind of unrelated. How do Japanese girls receive your facial hair? Hear that in most Asian countries, the girls prefer smooth faces. I would say that, yes, most girls do prefer smooth faces. So I'm actually, I'm just kind of embracing being, I basically, objectively, I think I look better with a beard. So, but the fact is, Japanese girls actually, like, for the vast majority of them, they don't actually like men with beards. Um, yeah, and I don't really care about it because I look better with a beard. I just kind of, I dress how I'm not dressing. I'm dressing to look good. Honestly, I have a look that I want to go for, and it's like it's not necessarily. I'm not dressing for women really. I want women to be attracted to me, and I care about that. But like, I'm not gonna dress like, I don't know, like a member. I'm not gonna try and look like a member of One Direction, if just to get myself more women. Um, I'd rather look cool. There's different kind of standards of what is considered handsome. In I've talked about this before. What's considered handsome in a Western country as opposed to Japan. I mean, honestly, the idea, like, if you look at like One Direction, like when they're like, when they were like, I don't know, I'm not sure what age they are now, but they all like, let's just say they look very soft, very, like, I don't know, I'm not sure what they look like now, but let's just, back in the few years ago when they looked like smooth baby faces and whatnot. Um, to be honest, that would be the kind of foreign guy that would like be very popular with Japanese girls. And I don't want to look like that. I don't want to look like that. I just do not want to look like that. Even if it meant getting more pussy, I'm not. I don't want to look like a bitch. I don't want to look like a little bitch. If Japanese girls like that, tough shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be who I am. I'm gonna be what I want to be. I'm not gonna start dressing like a little bitch just to like, or start like, trying to look like a little soft little boy just to get girls and like, but it is what it is. Yeah, short answer to your question: Japanese girls do prefer clean shaven, but yeah, I look better with a beard, so I look better with facial hair. Joe says, I'm the same as you, man. I've always looked better, a bit rougher around the edges, opposed to a clean cut, yuppie look. Yeah, I mean, I have a look. I have a look that I go for, and I'm not gonna change that just to get, try and get more women. I'll get women anyway, and I'm not gonna get, even not being yourself is the worst thing you can do. But because it's like, I have a conscious idea of what I want to look like, and it's not like I'm just not putting in effort. It's just I don't want to. I could shave off my beard and, like, I don't know, wear all these like just clothes that make me look like just like a weasel. And I might get more chicks, or open myself up to another demographic, another batch of chicks, but then I'd look like someone who I didn't want to look like. Let me see. Let me see if I can show you an example. Okay, let me show you this. Yes, so fucking let me share it. Share screen. Okay. They're probably around 18 here. Like, they're pretty young here, I guess. I'm not sure, but this is honestly what I would never want to look like anyone. I would never want to have a hairstyle like any one of these guys. But if I'm honest, like if any one of these guys came to Japan, they would like, they'd get like insane amounts of pussy. I mean, it would just, but you gotta have some kind of like like some pride in yourself. Like I just personally, I don't want to look like a fucking, like I'm in a boy band. Um yeah, so I'm not, and I'm 32 years old. So, but I'm just trying to say, this is what, the vast majority of Japanese, these are kind of, this is, these guys, like, this is kind of the foreign version of Japanese men. Japanese men kind of look like this. And as you know, like, this is not what, Western women would, I don't know. I'm just trying to say that these guys would do well in Japan, and I don't want to look like any of these guys. So yeah. Know Your Word says, I found shaving is better for my facial structure. I get a heavy beard, but I'm way better looking cleaner or with 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah, I mean, everyone has a look that you got to find your look. You got to play around with different looks, play around with what what looks good on you. That's what you should be doing. Yeah. Danny Arnold in the house says, LOL's One Direction. Agreed. The boy butter bands look like little bitches for sure. Indeed they do, but they clean up with pussy, but do you really want to look like that? Not really. C. Joel says the blonde one is Irish, right? I believe he is Irish, and I don't know, and I've seen him in interviews, and he seems to be very annoying. But yeah, most boy band members probably are pretty annoying. Yeah, but just the chisel kind of like rough around the edges look is quite honestly not what it's honestly not what Japanese women are into. So it is, I just kind of embrace who I am or what I want to be, and I don't really give a fuck about basically about I'm not like that anyway. So if I go and try to be like this soft little cushion of a guy, I'm just gonna feel like shit, even if I got more women. So yeah, it's just, you got to kind of have some pride in what you want to be. Like honestly, like the kind of Brad Pitt look isn't it? Brad Pitt, like, probably like one of the most iconic men for women in the West. In he was anyway. He has that chiseled structure. Kind of has a little bit of roughness about him. He would not be like the ideal man in Japan. Like he would not like be the he would not obviously because he's famous, obviously because he's a superstar, like a Hollywood whatever actor, he would get a lot of pussy. But if he was not famous, if Brad Pitt was not famous, yeah, he'd get pussy. But I'm just saying that's not the kind of look that would like clean up in Japan. They just prefer way softer, way smoother, all like, I don't know. Yeah, you can see it. You'll see. Look up, just look, if you want to have an idea, look up like Asian pop stars, look up like singers, actors that are in Japan or Korea, and they're not like, they don't have that roughness like about them. Danny Arnold says, even Japistani dudes look better with facial hair, I think. Look at Hiroyuki Sanada, for example. He looks like he actually has testosterone flowing in his blood. Yeah, I mean, Japanese, they used to be obviously way more masculine back in the day, but they've become like extremely soft like extremely soft as men. Like the testosterone levels have dropped like insanely. Back in the day, they were like hardcore. You know, they have a hardcore history, like real hardcore, like samurai, insane. The whole, you know, they obviously went off the rails in World War II, but you know, trying to conquer conquer the world. But yeah, since then they got a real beatdown, and I guess it must have had some kind of impact on the testosterone levels here because, but yeah, they at least they still have a lot of pride in their country, even though Japanese men are very, you know, very soft, very passive. As a country, as a group, when they stick together, they're still quite strong, I guess. They're still kind of based. Joel says the Yakuza need to make a comeback and rescue Japan's masculinity. It's funny. It's funny. Even when you see like guys in Japan that are like kind of maybe look a bit tough, like they look like a bit of a tough guy, they still all like kind of follow the rules and like they'll all wait at the traffic lights and like they won't break a red light, you know, pedestrian light. They'll all, even tough guys, they'll all wear the masks. Like it's funny. Like even the worst people in Japanese society, they still conform very much so. It's bizarre. Like the worst people in Japanese society aren't even that bad. I'm talking about the top tier criminals here. They're not even that bad. Like it's such a safe country. Like top tier criminals in Japan, they're not even that bad. Like they're honestly, I wouldn't like. I've never feared anyone in Japan. I've never feared like, but you know, compared to like top tier criminals in America or the Western world, like you know, you mess with them, you get killed. Like they'll just kill you. Like you get stabbed or shot. Like just there's so many loose cannons. I mean, it's just such a different world over here. I guess the Yakuza they're just more. They're more about money. They're like just making money, and it's almost like a lot of the Yakuza, a lot of their business, a lot of their work is actually legit business. It's like stuff that's like legal, or like on the line, like you know, prostitution, like the sex industries, like gambling, stuff like that. You know, there's not a lot of there's not a big drug industry over here, so a lot of their work is like a lot of the Yakuza actually do like legitimate business. It'll be on the borderline between legal and illegal maybe, but they don't go around killing each other. They don't go around bothering citizens. They don't look for trouble. Like it's and I've no. It's good for me. It's a good to live in a safe society. It's like not having to look over your back and like you know, think about getting stabbed or beat up or robbed or whatever. It's a solid place to be. You know, compare that to like top tier criminals in like Russia or Mexico or something. Like they're like behave like like just savagery. Like there's such a difference. Even in Ireland, like you know, you fuck with the wrong people, like they'll come after you. Like they'll fuck you up. Like they'll kill you. Like here, yeah, they're just not looking for that. They're just looking to make money. A lot of it's like I said, legitimate like business. Yeah, but that I think that will went off on a bit of a tangent there, but about the Yakuza, interesting. But yeah, I think I'll cut it there. Thank you for joining. I will be back tomorrow night for a casual episode of Player Life on Friday night. Let me just see. Danny says top echelon criminals in the US and Europe will see to it that you don't get an hour older if you were to be foolish enough to F around with them. That's facts. That is 100%. I mean, like in Japan, you really have to go out of your way. You'd really have to really mess with the wrong people, and it would probably be foreigners. It would probably not even be Japanese people that would do something bad to you. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it there. I will Catch you guys tomorrow night. Tune in. Peace out. Have a good day. Bye bye.